hello, and welcome back. We are here on Let's Talk It Out. It's me and Lisa.
There's me here.
Yes, exactly. And we
me?
have a special guest tonight that we will introduce in a very short moment. My English is very bad today. It doesn't matter. It's gonna get better soon. But first off, thank you all for following us, for looking at our podcast. And please comments on our page. We love to hear more from you. Give us tips, suggest guests that we can invite on our platform. We would love to do that and to interview you or whatever your friends.
As long as you're interesting. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, but we know that you are all very interesting.
We love you all.
We love you all because you love us, so that's a very hypocritical. But anyway, so another special thanks goes to Nettoyage Diamant. Thank you so much. These guys are amazing. They can clean whatever you want. Literally, they do commercial, private. It's after party, pre-party, during the party. If you want to clean, I don't know, the big Easter cleaning or maybe the big Christmas cleaning. Or maybe after you had all your family around at your place, you might want to get a big cleanup after.
Yeah, I know, that's definitely my house.
After the holidays. So this guy can do it all. And
Anthony Paterno,
you're the guy. Here you can see whatever you can see.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you could see, but for sure it's very informative. So
Vanny, don't put your face. It's Anthony Paterno, okay?
Exactly.
Oh, come on. Me and Anthony are buds.
We want to get in business, Vanny.
We are buds. Come on.
I'm kidding.
So thank you so much again, Nettoyage Diamant. And I let Lisa introduce our special guest. She has a beautiful name. We were talking, and she smells really good. She has an amazing perfume too. We were commenting this just 1 second before.
We recommend you smell her.
Yeah, you cannot do that, but
we can.
We can.
So you don't have to turn red.
We already having red lights.
It's the red lights. That's
red
what
lights. That's it. Nobody's drinking here.
Besides,
we're all
Speak for yourself.
Exactly, Vanny. So, guys, thanks so much for tuning in, because I know you're all tuning in because you love our show. And I'd like to give special thanks to our brother podcast. I really don't know why I just said that, but thanks, brother podcast sessions with Steph. So tune in to his podcast, which is always coming after ours because ours takes precedence because we're women.
Since I edit, I can put mine first. Just
You
because
want
you said
Vanny?
that. Just because you said that.
Yes,
You
Vanny.
want there to
but I
do
take
that.
care of the
You're
social
right.
media, Vanny.
Oh, damn it. Damn.
I could put you the week after.
Damn.
Okay, so without further ado, I would really like to introduce somebody whom I've known for a number of years.
Yeah.
And
since yesterday.
yes, we've known each other a long time when we were teenagers, and now that we're 30 years old, it's just a beautiful time that's passed, and time has been definitely kind to us. Her more than me, definitely. She's a beautiful woman. Milva Franzini, a friend of mine, and she is also the founder of Yellowbug Theater. And I know everybody's going to want to know what Yellowbug Theater is. Milva's here to explain. And guys, I want you to be inspired because this is a school that has a lot of dedication towards the craft of acting. And I'll let Milva explain from A to Z exactly what it's all about. But you guys have to tune in because this is a special school that she's founded and many, many happy and satisfied clients, actors. Absolutely. I'm positive because you're fantastic. You're a great actress as well. Many years acting, and I will give you the floor, Milva, with the first question. Explain your inspiration to construct Yellowbug Theater.
Okay. When I was younger, I used to trek over down to the West Island and downtown, and by myself because my mom. We're 6 siblings, so my mom couldn't take me. So at the age of 11, I was going downtown to NDG. And being the overprotective mom that I am today, there was no way that I was going to ever let my kids go downtown.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
So I felt I just wanted to bring something to the East End. and so the parents didn't have to trek all over the world to get them to acting class.
Okay.
So, and that was, I wanted to bring acting classes to the East End is pretty much it, you know.
But what inspired you to open up this acting school? And the name, where did the name come from?
Okay, so inspiration came from the fact that I was acting, but I wanted to get a job, and there's no way I was going to get caught in a bank.
Yeah.
You know, there's no, I didn't like the office stuff. I wanted to do something that I want to do in the creative, in the arts. So I auditioned to work at this company where, and I'm not going to name it, but it was a company where they would get kids to go to classes, and they would promise them careers in LA, in New York, and it hit me the wrong way. Like, I got the job.
I know which one you're talking about. I would say it either, but I know which one you're talking about.
So I got the job, and the day before I had to show up, my heart I couldn't, there was no way I was gonna lie to parents and say, your kid is amazing, and we're gonna ship you over to LA, and you're gonna get a big career. I couldn't do that. It was unsettling.
Okay.
So the day after, I called them up and I said, I'm not coming in. The day after that, I started Yellowbug. I said, I got to do this. If they can do it, I can do it, and I'll do it honestly. So,
Nice.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
And what were the biggest challenges behind this decision, if any?
that I had to do it by myself. Like, I was starting something I knew nothing of. You know, I knew how to act, but I didn't know how to teach it. I didn't know how to, the business part. Social media, did we even have phones then? No.
When did you?
2008. So.
I think
Yeah,
we did,
we
but they weren't as
but
sophisticated.
Yeah, there wasn't, you know, so that was the, how do I get people? How do I get a place? How do I get money to get a place?
Yeah.
So it's all of these things. And then I had a very good friend of mine, Susan Fuda.
I know Susan. I did her movie. I was in a movie. I played.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was in that one too.
I know. Oh my god. Oh my god, that brings back. Okay, go on. Sorry.
It wasn't that long ago.
See, I'm glad you said it. Okay, good. Now I feel better.
So she helped me start it, and we were doodling, and that year my mom had given my sisters and I a ladybug necklace, a charm.
Oh, okay.
And I started liking ladybugs, and I'm very close to my mom, you know, so.
Very nice.
So Susan started doodling because she doodles very well, and she came up with this thing, and then she said, well, what's your favorite colors? And I don't know, green, yellow, and that's how we got it.
Oh my god, that's
So
really cute.
it was just playful. I think we were at the what's that breakfast place? Shikora.
Shakora.
When, you know, on the tables they have paper naps, and
That's
we were just,
nice.
yeah, so just doodling, and then that's how it came up.
So yeah, go on. No, go on.
Because it's so interesting.
I like
so
it,
there
yeah.
are so many questions, because not only you started something that is creative by itself, so for a purpose to help and be honest, but also, as you were saying, like the challenge behind opening business, because it is a
Yeah,
business.
for sure.
It was a business, yeah.
So what were actually, I'm really interested, because you were in the arts, you are in the arts, so you are an artist that decides to do a business, so to also start something that is more structured somehow. So how did you teach yourself to, what were the steps on the business side that you took?
It was pretty much trial and error. You know, we said, let's just try. My husband is a musician, and we had a recording studio. We
Best
rented
musician, might I add. I have to add that because he's the best.
That. Thank you, thank you.
Sorry, he's awesome.
Yeah, he's all right.
She's a bit of all right.
Actually, just as I'm speaking to, sorry, I'm bringing this up. Your nephew plays in our band. We play together with Matthew.
Matthew,
Yes, that's the band we play with, right? So.
Yes.
It's a small world for
It's a
real,
small
man.
world,
It's a
yeah.
bit close in this room.
Yeah. Sorry, keep going.
How are you, Dan?
I'm good. Sorry, continue. I'm just listening.
Hello.
So Peter had this recording studio, and he said, well, why don't you start off here, and then if it gets any bigger, we'll go elsewhere. And that's where I started for a while.
Yep.
And then, when they sold the place, or we moved on, we bought a studio. So then that's where I went to Leonardo da Vinci.
Nice. Now, why children? Why did you want to start particularly with
because
children?
adults are so difficult.
No. What are you talking about?
The best.
So, I mean, you tell an adult to bark like a dog just for the fun of it, and there's like 20,000 things that come and that stops them. And
Where is it? Is it eating?
Yeah, it's like, why, how, like, just bark, and so
true.
Whereas the kids, I had done it. I was teaching for somebody, and I said, no, I like kids, and I want them to have what I didn't have when I was a kid. I mean, I had it. My mom was courageous enough to send me to acting school downtown, but it being close by, close to home, I wanted the kids to be close to home and have fun and just play. There was no rules, just play.
Okay.
And you don't have to put a play on at the end if you don't want to. You don't have to, I just wanted them to have the experience of being on stage. Yeah. And then they wanted to be on stage, so we said, okay, well, let's do a show.
And you have a lot of students that were interested, right?
Well, for a while, I had like 75 students.
Wow.
One Saturday, because you can't do it after school so much because, well, it gets dark at 4 o'clock, and the parents don't want to go
We are
out.
older.
Yeah. So all of Saturday, I would teach class after class, and I would have 75 students. And at the end of the year, it becomes overwhelming with all the students on stage at the same time. And they all do little skits, because I can't do a big play with 75 of them. But they all do, and they don't shine, whereas I have them do little scenes, but not just one, they do several throughout the show.
Okay.
They do several, one group will, 2-3 kids will do 2 minutes, and another 2-3 kids will do another couple of minutes, and they do several. So we pick scenes that make the child shine, so their parents get to see their child, and not a whole big, story where they say 2 lines, and they have to, and then I could just hear the dad saying, why am I here for 3 hours, So.
Oh, that's nice.
So they're there, but they're there for 2, not even. I try to narrow it down to an hour or an hour and a half, actually, a show. And they see their child go on several times. At the beginning, there's a number with everybody. At the end, there's a number with everyone. So
that's so
cute.
nice.
Oh,
And
yeah.
how these classes are structured? So are they by age? Because
By age.
75. Okay.
by age, 5 to 8, 9 to 10.
They're so
Yeah.
adorable.
Yeah, they're fun. They're lots of fun. I get to play. That's where I get to act the most. That's where I get my practice.
Nice.
Yeah, because nobody's judging anybody in the class, so we act silly, and that's fun.
Well, we used to take, I'm sure you
Where do
took
I sign up?
acting. You're silly by nature. You don't
I
need
know,
to-
that's why.
Older, but
I want to not be judged and be silly.
that's
Come
Might have to
the,
leave the planet, Manny. My question was, what part of yourself in terms of act, because we've taken acting classes, right?
Yeah.
With the ooh, ee, ah, and
Yeah.
walking. You see, I tell you. What part of yourself do you bring when teaching an acting class? What is it about you that inspires you to teach that particular lesson or skill, let's say?
I just try to get them to let go. There's a lot of kids. I do this for those kids who are shy or scared to get up in class, or who don't have confidence. I mean, there's some kids that the first and second classes, they don't want to come up. I don't force them to come up. I have them sit in the. I teach out of Leonardo da Vinci Center in the Piccolo Theater, which is it's a cute little theater, and they have seats, and I have them sit. I said, okay, well, if you don't want to come up now, you'll come up when you feel like it. And while we're playing, I'll throw little, name 5, cars, names of cars, or name 5 sports, and then I'll go to him, name my 5 colors, and then they get stunned, and they answer, and game 2 and game 3, and then eventually they come up because they want to come up, not because I force them to come up. And so I just let them play. I'll be silly with them.
That's so nice, actually.
So
It's fun.
Yeah.
And in terms of what you teach them, is it you're teaching them skills in acting?
So at the beginning, I just teach them to be quick. I like this game, name 5. It's just get them out of their head. We'll do warm-ups physically. We'll do vocal
nice.
warm-ups to teach them a bit of that, and then I get their brains going so they could think a little bit fast. We'll do some improv, so they won't be scared of. A lot of them think my idea is stupid. My idea is not as good as hers. And I react a little bit different just to get them to come out of their shell a little bit. And then as they get older, I challenge them. Each kid is different, so I can't say this lesson is going to be good for her and this. It's not good for the whole class. I can do this with this person and that with that person, and just different exercises to get different kids to come out of their shell.
I believe you've seen and you keep continuing seeing so many young talents. And is there, without saying any name, some anecdote that really impressed you? It could be also something funny, something that when you thought maybe they did that was oh my God, this is really that amazed you so much that you remember?
With young talent?
Yes.
As in real superstars, or?
No, but just whatever. When you're teaching, maybe something happened that you were, oh my God, this I wasn't expecting.
Well, there's a lot of the young kids that I get them to do different exercises, improv, and some of when they don't stop themselves from, when they're not thinking too much, the things that they say are just brilliant. There was just last week there was a young, she's 14 or something, and what I do sometimes is I do debates.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so just so they can, like I said, think on their feet. They don't get much time to think about their points. I'll give them a minute just to, and one of them just she seemed so shy and inside herself, and she went up on stage and she just bam, bam, bam. It's whoa, where did that come from? And
that's so nice.
And you can tell, and I told her, write journals, keep on writing, write lyrics, write something just so to get your voice out there, because you're sitting on the chair and you seem all shy, but then when you get that confidence, maybe she was a pro on that subject, I don't know, but she was just nailing everything. And
wow.
It was very fun and interesting.
And what is the thing you are learning the most from this experience? Because you're teaching. You're teaching, but for sure all these talents or young talents, they're giving you back something. So what is the thing that
not take life seriously?
Okay.
Because to me it's just pure fun, and there's so many things. There's a couple of actors that I like Zac Efron.
Yeah, I like Zac Efron.
He was on he's on that show.
He got that one. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's not
It's
bad,
the
but-
acting style. That's what it is. It's the acting style.
I'm sure.
But he's
it
on
is.
that show where he travels. No, he travels. Oh, I forget the name
High
of it.
School, it's not High School Musical.
No, yeah, he wasn't that.
Yeah, I know.
But now, as an adult, he's doing a show where he goes to different countries to see, to talk about the environment.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I
I
didn't
have
know.
to check that
And
out. I
they're,
didn't know that.
it's so good. It's
Yeah?
so good. Yeah, it's so interesting. And he just said something like, he was eating and he said, I was starved for 10 years. because of the training that they had to do for Disney or you know, and then there was another actor that said kind of the same thing. You know, who was it? Selena Gomez said something on her you know, and it's like, I don't want these. I'm not doing acting for that purpose.
Yeah.
I'm not teaching these kids for that. I want them to get out of the shell and be free, and when they're, you know, presenting when they're older in their company or whatever, just to be able to speak up, you know, to feel free, you know. And then for myself, you know, when I do acting auditions or I don't take it so seriously anymore. I just have fun.
Well, that's it, because when we used to go, when I used to go into auditions, it was very, I mean, you see the other people there auditioning for the same role, and you sort of,
You're all
right? You're
stressed.
stressed, and it's like, oh my God, are they going to be better than me? And like, I like her hair, my hair's not like that, maybe she's going to get that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you have that self-esteem that goes, right?
Yeah.
No matter how well you know the line.
Yeah.
And I think at a young age, it's important for them to understand that it's not all about the competition. It's about what you can bring to the table.
You challenge yourself.
Exactly. And that brings me into my next question. Do you think it's important to teach acting skill, or to coach an acting skill?
Oh, love that. Sorry, comment on that, but it was like,
We're gonna put that in the comments.
I'm impressed. It's a beautiful.
You're impressed? It does turn.
No, I really like.
Take a
I
picture.
really like
Take a picture of that.
the difference between coaching and teaching.
Yeah, because there's
There's a
a
big-
distinction.
Yeah,
There
it's so true.
is. And I'm gonna drink my bit of my ouzo now.
Me too.
When I went to study in New York, and I studied at John Abbott, and I took different classes, and I learned what they taught me, and then when I went when I would do my auditions, or when I would do plays, or when I would do films or whatever, I used what I needed.
Yeah.
I didn't specify what, you know, it's like, you know, learning classical music and jazz, and you take what you want, what you feel for that piece. I'm thinking, like, I'm no, you know, I just teach kids, you know, like, I just, my goal is to have them have fun.
Okay.
So teaching or coaching.
Doesn't the best come out of you when it actually becomes fun? I feel. Also, like, music is the same thing. Acting, I would imagine, when you're at this place, obviously there's that, you know, the scales and all the practice, there's muscle memory, repetition. But when you're actually having a good time, that's when the best, I feel, of you comes out. And I would imagine that's what happens in acting too, right? It's got to be.
Well, I think lately my acting's been better because I don't think so much.
100%.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, you know, like, what is he gonna think? Or just go and not, you know.
My son plays soccer and he plays AAA.
Well,
And I see him playing on the AAA. He's a pack of nerves. Like, he's so scared to make a mistake. So he plays very conservative. And then once in a while, they need players on the AA, and he'll go and play a game there. All of a sudden, he shines. Because in his brain, it's like, oh no, I don't have to impress. I just
Play.
have fun.
Yeah.
This is not my real team. I'm just here to have fun. And he plays 10 times better.
yeah.
And it's like a life lesson. Like, if you're not enjoying it, don't do it.
Yeah.
This
So-
goes for lots
everything.
of
For
things. in
everything,
life,
I think.
huh?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Any job, I mean, every job is differently challenging, but at the end of the day, there must be a component of enjoying it to give your best.
Sure, yeah.
But we are all overthinker, I believe. Like, we live in
I
a
don't
world that I am a big overthinker. I don't
I'm a
know.
huge overthinker.
So this really takes out a lot of what you were saying, you know, sometimes just to enjoy, you know,
Yeah.
without saying, yeah, but if I'm enjoying too much, maybe it's gonna look that way, or maybe it's
Well, I mean, you don't want to be sloppy either.
No.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
you have to do your homework,
Yeah.
and that's what's important. If you prepare before,
Yeah.
and you do your homework, then you can have fun.
Yeah.
Do all of that stuff before, you know,
Yeah.
learning the lines, or just learning the lines.
That's the
because
hardest.
that's the main thing. You learn the lines by rote, and then you play it with different Well, you know.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
okay.
Oh my
You
God,
know,
I-
different. You try different ways. You do it all kinds of ways to have fun, and then eventually that character will build. You
Yeah.
will build that character. It'll.
I think we coach ourselves then to a certain extent. I think based on the feedback we get from others, it's sort of an encouragement, but it's a supportive coaching, so that it sort of pushes us in a direction where we can say, I like this.
Yeah.
This is my strength. It's not exactly me. And I think that's the whole point I would see as for Yellowbug is that type of encouragement. You're giving somebody awareness of their identity, of where they can actually find an inner strength.
Yeah.
And I think it's very noble because as a child, me, I'm a small child, but
As us as a child.
we are
Children.
children. We are children. In terms of whether, regardless of age, I think children are molded based on feedback they get from other people.
Right.
Whether it's positive or
Yeah,
whether
or-
it's not so positive, and it touches them. So I would imagine Yellowbug to be a form of that sense of encouragement and self-realization of succeeding at something. And I really admire that because you dedicate yourself to bringing that about to these kids. And it may not be a path that they choose, but it's a life lesson
Right.
that they take with them wherever they do.
If they take that path, well, great. I have one student has done Netflix stuff already.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they part of? Are they part of Peanuts?
You were in the movie with Catherine.
Yes, I was Catherine.
With Kat Sandel.
Yes,
She
yes.
did. She had a part
Yes.
on a Netflix film and on *Handmaid's Tale*.
Oh, nice.
She was
Beautiful,
in that, and
yeah.
she does so many things. And if they want it, then they'll go for it. But otherwise, there's the fact. Teachers tell parents who tell me that their kids, they start in September, and by the end of May, when the class is over, when Yellowbug is over, the parents will come up to me and say, the teachers told me that my son improved so much with his oral
Nice.
presentations.
That's
And he
incredible.
has confidence now, and that's all I want to hear. So
Nice.
I get feedback like that, and it makes me happy. So
Oh my God! Yeah, because
Huge
it's
feedback.
powerful.
yeah.
Yeah. Also because as you were both saying, like this is the age, like a younger age are the age when you build your self-esteem.
Yeah.
And we are surrounded by different type of models, like aesthetics and stuff. So self-esteem now is really like kind of challenged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's great that you have this feedback because you can apply what you learn in a creative field, and then you can kind of project it in your life. And this, I think, it's awesome actually.
Yeah, it is.
I wish I could have done something like that back
Well,
in
a
time.
lot of parents tell me that,
Yeah.
and I tell them, I'll do one night or 2 nights with adults.
Oh my
That's it.
God, really?
And then I cut it. Then I stop.
No, really?
I
That's
would
so
do it. Sure, I would do a one. Adults are too busy now, so.
Yeah, that's true.
That's our
the moms.
excuse. So we're
I mean,
Yeah.
moms or parents who, just want to do it once or twice. I'm game.
So you're doing that.
I'm game for that. Sure.
Oh, that's
I would
fun.
have
maybe
just
we
as
can
much
have
as fun.
our cast on your Yellowbug.
Ah,
Yeah,
it would
it'd
be
be
lovely.
fun.
Yeah.
It would be lovely.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll help you direct.
I'm not directing. We play. We play.
We want to play.
We just want to play.
That would be awesome.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Like a workshop.
Yeah.
I used to hate improv when I was
Me
younger because I was too
too.
scared, and now I love it because you just let it go. Just
Oh yes, let's do it.
That's it.
okay.
A question. Another question.
Sure.
In terms of the ages, do you find a group easier to work with?
So the little ones, the 8-year-olds are the most fun because they don't care.
Okay.
And with all of my groups for the past 15 years, they have fun from 5 to 12, and then they go back into their shell. They
Really?
hit high school. So, and then they go back in. It's like, oh no, all of this. And then, you got to pull again and pull again because phones,
Yeah.
it's social media stuff. Their friends are all over it. A lot of times I'll say, let's do a TikTok or something. And it's like, no, you can't put me on. It's like, okay, like turn around then.
Turn around, look at the wall and see your lines.
So, but the fun, they're all fun because then, so the little ones are fun because they don't get to think as much. They just play. Then, like I said, 13, 14, 15, it's harder. But for me, it's fun because I can give them more serious scenes or challenging scenes.
That's nice.
And that's fun because it's not all improv. It's not all like play. Like you get the serious scenes, which I like. I love drama more than comedy. So
There's always a little
drama.
bit of comedy in drama and vice versa.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
at
like
end
the
of
dry
day-
one. I
yeah.
love the dry comedy drama. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun. But in terms of, let's say, for example, like the students, how do you know what scenes to give them? How do you read your students to see a potential on this scene, that scene, this group?
From September, so when I teach, I have 2 sessions a year. From September to January and February to May. September to January, I give them scenes. We do improv, I give them scenes, I check them out, I see what they're having fun with, what they're not. And that's when I scope out what they would be, good at or what they like. As soon as there's that spark, then I'll go that way.
Yeah.
And then in January or February, then I start handing out scenes.
Oh,
And
nice.
then we practice and then we change it. Many times I give them one scene and it ends up being a whole other story by the end because we change or whatever. Or my friend Susan, for a while, wrote plays and she wrote for specific students. So
Okay.
she wrote the roles for specific students, and so
Okay, that's
kind
nice.
of cool.
Well, she is a writer too.
She is a writer.
She is a She writes screenplays.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember because the one that she gave me, I was like, oh my god, this is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in forever. But anyways, it's not about me. It's about you.
I have a question more, again, on you. So I believe you received lots of supports for this project. I hope so. But besides what I believe, your husband was, helped you through specifically at the beginning, but I guess even now, is there someone else that actually really support this dream and push you?
My mom.
Your mom.
Hands down. My
Nice,
mom
nice.
is 88 actually yesterday.
Happy
And-
birthday, Mom.
Thank you. She didn't want me to, when I went to study in New York, she didn't want me to come back.
Oh, really?
She said, stay there. I had a boyfriend. I was dating Peter, and she loved him to death. But she said, you need to stay. You need to stay and study and follow your dream, because when she came from Italy, she didn't get that chance. They had kids, right away, and then,
Really, eh? That's
Yeah.
an Italian
and that's the thing.
Wow, I was just
You
about
know,
to say that's rare.
My mom
really
is,
rare.
Wow.
I was lucky. She, when I auditioned to go to school in New York, I went, but when I got the acceptance letter, I hid it from my mom because I knew that my dad passed away when I was younger, so he was out of the picture. So it was only my mom supporting us, and I'm gonna cry. I hid it from her because I knew that had she known that I got accepted, she would send me. And I knew that New York, the money, it's American money,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it was whatever,
Very expensive.
Very expensive, yeah. So I said, forget it, I'm not going to say anything. But my uncle saw me open the letter and he asked me. I said, okay, yeah, I got accepted, but don't tell my mom. And what did he do?
You
He
went to
told
tell
my
your
mom. So they both helped me pay my studies in New
Oh,
York.
that's so nice.
Cool.
So I had my little,
That's so nice.
my mom, when the moms put some money aside, those part. So I had a bit of that,
She probably prepared like 100 cotelettes. Bring
Yeah,
this, come back in a month and I'll make you some meatballs.
Exactly.
Payment.
Exactly. I went
Cotoletta
with a couple of
transfer.
containers of, but that ran out. So cereal it was, because I didn't know how to cook. I was 22 and I didn't know how to cook. So that was.
And how long did you stay in New York?
I just stayed for a year.
Yeah,
because
but I mean, it's long.
I didn't want to push it because it was very expensive.
Yeah,
So,
I totally understand.
and I was
We can
living
totally
in
believe that.
I mean, this space here is bigger than my apartment, and I was with a roommate
Oh my
So,
goodness.
yeah.
Yeah. Were you in Manhattan?
in Manhattan. I was
Oh,
in
wow.
Gramercy
Oh
Park.
my God.
expensive.
Yeah. But that's beautiful.
Yeah, it
You
was.
must have had such an experience.
Well, I did, but I was studying. I was focused on studying. I was gonna go get a job, and my mom said, "No, you focus on your studying." So I was like, and I did, and I loved every second of it.
That's so beautiful.
I was studying with people from all over the world.
Nice.
People from Italy and Russia and everywhere. They went to that school, and so
Oh, nice. It opens doors, eh?
It did, yeah.
Is there a little bit of that flavor into the theater that you opened? Your theater. Is there that little bit of that experience, that drive that said, you know what, if I can do it, I'd like for them to do
sure.
it?
I encourage all of these kids. So many of them want to do it, and I tell them. There's one of them just now. She said, "I want to go to New York to study," and I said, "Okay, well, come and meet me, and we'll talk." And I thought she was ready to leave. I thought she finished theater school here, and she goes, "No, I'm 15." It's like, okay, study here first, get the best base that you can here. You don't want to go to New York and start from scratch.
Yeah.
You're going to be
It's too
spending so much
but
money.
also too challenging because the
Right.
city
Harsh.
itself
It's
must
harsh. Yeah.
But it's not even that. You're spending double the money to learn something that you could learn here. So
Yeah.
I said, start taking classes here, go to college in theater, see if you like it, and then, throughout all of this time, I'll help you. You know, and she was very grateful. The mom was very grateful, and now she's coming to my theater school. But I told her, don't have to come to my theater school. Just go to acting classes. There's so many schools, and she came to me because, well, I don't know. She likes me.
I think it's comfort because you've encouraged her.
Well, I think all of them. If that's what they want to do, then go for it. But you gotta have a little bit of a base to go to
Yeah.
New York.
Also to test yourself, because sometimes a dream is a beautiful idea.
Yeah.
But then it requires lots of sacrifice.
It's a reality.
I mean, even if you have the chance and you're good and talented enough like you to go to New York, it's not like that easy, because besides the money, it's also to face reality, to also make comparison, because they're normal with other people, other cultures, like a big city like New York, and you're young and you have, you come back alone. I mean, there are so many things that if you don't love something that much and you're not that committed,
Right.
it's very easy either to lose track and maybe to get, oh my God, so cool, I'm going out every night, or just depressed, because it can be very lonely,
Yeah.
The path towards success and study.
It was
it's
very hard
lonely.
for my roommate because she loved theater, but not as much as I did, and it was a long year for her.
Really?
Yeah, it was. So I remember just before Christmas, I sent her home. I said, "Look, Christmas is in a couple of weeks. Just go now. Go
Yeah.
home now. Go." She was missing home.
Okay.
You see?
And she was from
Here.
From
We
here
went
too.
together as.
Oh, that's
yeah.
nice though.
Yeah.
At least a bit of.
Well, we
wow.
went to college together, and then we said, okay, let's just go. We went to LA for a session, and then we said, let's just go to New York.
That's such a nice.
It's a nice
Yeah.
detour.
Yeah, and that's exactly.
But I find is the lifestyle LA, New York, because don't forget that's West East.
Yep.
The mentality is different when it comes to acting.
Well, I went to LA for, a couple of weeks. It wasn't a long session. I just love New York.
I love New York. The people are just crazy.
It was Broadway. We would walk to Broadway every night to just, in those days, I don't know if they still do it now, you could pay $25 to stand at the back of the theater.
Oh, really?
And I saw so many Broadway shows that way. I didn't have to pay like, what is it,
Wow.
Hamilton, like
Yeah.
A lot.
$600 for a ticket.
That's crazy.
So
But that's a good play. Hamilton is fantastic.
No,
I
I
haven't seen it.
No, me
So
neither.
I mean, I saw it on Disney.
Yes,
but I
it's on
didn't see it.
Disney. Hamilton's on Disney. It's
Oh,
on Disney
really?
Plus. Yeah, it's very good.
Okay.
But I didn't see
I
it
will.
live.
Yeah, I know. It's you know what? I haven't been for a very long time. I think it was in 2012 the last time that Phantom came.
Right.
And it just gives you a different spin. You know, with theater, it's when you're acting, you make a mistake and you flub. You have to sort of, you have to correct yourself.
Oh, now you know what it feels like to be on stage, huh?
I
As a
was on
musician.
stage. I was
No,
on
I'm
stage.
saying theater is closer to the musician life than
Yeah.
Yes,
right
absolutely.
because that's
You're
the,
there. You
You're in the
cannot say,
moment.
sorry guys,
Yeah.
just I redo, and then all the public.
like when we have our little show and you know I'm not an actor but we do the combari if there's something yeah okay do it again because that sucked you know.
yeah, or maybe, oh
But
yeah,
on
it was
stage,
good, but I want to redo
on
it.
stage it's like
Nope.
we're so trained that if you make a mistake smile and they'll have no idea so you got to fake it till you make it.
I
right?
know, but sometimes you have to remember your line. If you don't remember your line, the other person's supposed to respond,
Yeah.
and you have to be
Ah,
like,
right,
right?
because
So
the
that's their
anchor
cue,
there.
right? So
Yeah, it's a
we were
cue.
like, yeah,
That happened. To me.
yeah.
But what I feel like both for musicians but any type of art that you have to perform live, I feel like what you were saying before, the more you have preparation, then you have a solid base,
Yeah.
the more you can try to fix it live, you know, because you know you have what is the backbone
Yeah.
of what is required. So if you really don't have enough experience, but not even experience, like knowledge, like it's hard to recover notes and just get on track with the tempo, or just find a line that it's similar, or just make it easier for the other actor
Nothing
to
beats
kind of.
stage time. Like you're gonna mess up. That's part of it. You're
Yeah.
gonna play shows. You're gonna mess up, and that's how you gain experience. Because you could prepare all you want. Like I'm talking on the musical. Like, you could prepare and you can know the song like crazy, but there could be one little thing. You're on the stage. I don't know. You're expecting people to dance. They're not dancing, or the sound is not what you're used to, or there's too much noise in the room, or there's this, and you start like, oh, or the smoke is getting to your voice, and you gotta sing,
Ah, right.
and you start panicking. That's what kills you, right? But you gotta learn that. You gotta make the mistake. You gotta drop the stick. You know, I'm playing drums. If the stick falls, you know, at the
You
beginning
just-
it was like
You take the hand. And you just-
but at the beginning, you panic and you're, oh my god, this song is, the night is over. Now it's like I'm laughing and just from doing it so often. And I would imagine theater is the same thing. It's you need the time
Sure.
to make
The
mistakes.
experience, and that's one
Right.
of the things that Yellowbug is. You know, it's just to get them to play and have that experience. Sure.
Yeah.
It's intimidating because you're having people watch you, right? Sometimes when you're on stage, you know how it is. When you're on stage and the lights are shining on you, you don't see what's beyond.
Yeah.
Then when the lights change and it goes into like a purple and you're like,
then
oh!
Then Al Pacino's in the crowd.
No, but you're right. You're at Leo da Vinci and you have the parterre and you have the balconies
big,
and you
yeah.
have the side and you only see like the first three people
Yeah.
in the rows and you're like, okay, well, it's not so bad. Then the lights go down like, holy mother of God, right?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God. You know, and then the voice has to project, right? You have to have that.
Yeah.
You know, and so you're like, can they hear me in the back? You know,
Yeah.
or the facial expressions, and I find that in theater, that's what's amplified, and that's the beauty of the theater. And it's
Yeah.
like you said, you get to, you know, really embellish the moment. You know,
Does Yellowbug like do productions like once a year kind of thing?
Every
or-
year, every May, I have a big production
Like a
on the
recital.
big stage in
That's
the
amazing.
That's
Marella and Nina
Ah, really?
Saputo
The big
Theater.
one?
Yeah, the big stage.
Oh, that's
so they get
cool.
them, you know, throughout the year. I take them, I sneak them in, and I get them to see the stage and go downstairs in the green room, and they get the whole experience. And that day, you know, it's you know, we do sound check, not sound check. That's for you guys.
we do
We
sound
do
check.
rehearsal,
Rehearsals.
tech runs.
Tech runs.
So
Oh, that's amazing. That's
know,
but that's
and-
the most. That's what it's all about. That's,
Yeah.
It's all about that getting, because that's where you get the bug.
yeah,
You like the idea, and then some people will go and say this is not for me because they can't get over the nerves. Others will just say, oh, this I feel so
Well,
at home. I
yeah.
need this. You know.
well, you use it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You use
yeah.
the nerves and say, I remember there was one I did at Leo da Vinci. It was a play called Men. And
Apropos.
quiet, Vanny. Anyway, so there was one actress who was so nervous, and this was opening night.
Right.
She threw up in her mouth. Okay, it's a bit gross there. I'm sorry.
She threw
But
up?
she threw up in her mouth and then
And she
swallowed
got-
it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but
get
this is how nerves get to you
Yeah.
because when you don't have that experience, just the idea, right, of it was just the idea of knowing that people were outside, she was getting sick. And we were like, oh my God, what are you doing? No, you can't get sick right now. They're standing out there. They're coming in. They have their tickets. And she's like, I don't feel so well. I'm going to smack it out of you, girl. You better get on that stage.
Yeah.
But it's to the point where, to your point, where you say, you know, it's a question of them being themselves and being comfortable in their surroundings. It takes a lot.
Sure, you know, I congratulate those kids and I make sure that the parents congratulate those kids after the show. You know, when they take their bows, I have them all come on stage and I thank the parents and I tell them to thank their kids or congratulate their kids because to be up there is very difficult.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, the fact that, you know, it's hats off to those little kids who actually go through with it.
What's the sign-up process for Ladybug? Like, you just go online.
Yellowbug.
A ladybug.
Everybody,
ladybug?
but everybody
Oh my
says
God.
ladybug, so it's okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, so that's all good.
What's the, my God, yeah. What's these, like, is it just online, you click and
No.
sessions start and you show up?
Call me and I'll tell you the date
Oh,
to start.
beautiful. Okay.
That's it. I
Okay,
say
that's
show up to
simple.
class.
Beautiful.
And a lot of times you know, especially with the younger ones, they don't know if the parents don't know if the kids are gonna like them. I just tell them, take your kids. If they like it, they stay, and if not, you go home. I don't want money. I don't want
People
parents to
force-
pay that $400, and then they whine every Saturday morning to get to class. I don't
Yeah.
want those kids.
Yeah.
So it's, you know,
Yeah.
go home.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
And,
exactly.
and
Well, we have a game right now, Milva.
I have. She's gonna be great because that's what's basically
She does improv, so she's gonna be
Yeah.
better than us.
okay.
I'm terrible in this game, but we still continue doing it. Thanks, Guy. By the way,
Well, I'm not gonna read the questions, but I'm gonna like.
What?
I write the questions, by the way.
Oh, great.
thank you.
It's just like, oh, great. What is that supposed to mean?
Oh, he's reading them.
He's gonna read them.
the game is basically called Rapid Response.
So it's basically what you do with your.
Yeah,
Students.
I mean, I'm
Actors?
gonna ask whatever she wrote, and like name 3 things, blah blah blah, and you're gonna say it. You have like, you know, whatever.
The first things that come.
There's things
to
that
your
come
mind.
to mind, and
I have to say 3 things?
Yeah.
well,
that comes-
it depends. I don't know. Oh yeah,
It's
pretty
3
much
things.
3. You like 3? Eh?
Yes.
Okay.
It's-
Three is
So
the perfect number.
they will do the first one,
Okay, good.
and then after you'll see what they do. And it's
So you
nothing-
see the level, my levels. Which, okay.
So we'll start with Francesca.
Thanks. Appreciate-
Name 3 things that always make you laugh.
That's so bad.
There goes Francesca in improv.
My God, my dog. Sometimes she does things that really makes me laugh. Myself, because I think of myself at the things I do, and I say, oh my God, that's impossible. And the third thing that really makes me laugh, when someone really laugh with heart,
Oh, when
I
you-
cannot
Yeah.
resist that.
Yeah, it's contagious.
Yeah, and there's another thing, if I can add, I know it's for when a little baby laugh. The laugh of a very
Cute baby,
of a
yeah.
kid.
Contagious. Yeah.
Oh my God, that makes
That's
me
true.
so much
That's true.
laugh. Like
Yeah.
really, really, really mad because it's so spontaneous.
Yeah.
It's lovely. Yeah,
Lisa?
that was.
Well, she said one of mine.
Well, now
Sorry.
you still have to come up with something
Okay.
else.
No, but she said one of mine, so that's one. What makes me laugh? Actually, I have to say my dogs because both boxers are just there's 2 males, right? So they're like babies, and one eats toilet paper, and I don't even want to get into that. So it would be my dogs. Another thing that makes me laugh is my daughter's sense of humor because it's so dry. Sometimes she pops out with these things. I'm on the floor. I die of laughter. And the third thing that makes me laugh, comedies. That's basically it, comedies.
Comedies. What about weed?
I thought that knocked you out, man.
Totally works. So Milva, here we go.
Okay.
The first question for you would be name three. Oh my God! Name three odd objects you used to eat as a kid. What?
Okay.
Name three
See, she
odd
said okay.
objects you used to eat as a kid.
I eat snails. Never again. I still taste them.
Yeah.
I
Oh
still
my God.
have
As a
that
kid?
As a kid, yeah, I used to eat snails. The soap gum. What is it?
Oh, Thrill.
Thrills.
Thrills, yeah.
I
Purple
love
ones.
those.
They're
The purple ones.
so good.
I know, they're so
Even though they last for 10 seconds, those 10 seconds are.
But the best 10 seconds. And as a kid, well, it's not odd, but well, no, it has to be odd.
It doesn't really have to be odd. It's the person with the question that's odd.
That's
No, odd. It's odd to me now because
Yeah.
I don't eat it like I used to eat rabbit, and snails.
I
And
love it.
all those how I did that, I don't know. So
Oh yeah, you don't eat.
no, I don't eat rabbit now.
No?
Or
See?
snails.
Oh no, Rabbit, I can't eat.
no.
No.
I love it.
It's so good. I love
It's
it.
so good.
Delicious.
No, I
yeah.
can't see
Yeah. No, with the black olives and rosemary.
Nope.
Nope. I stick to lamb.
Very good.
That's what I stick to. Same with Milva.
And
Lisa,
snakes
you
too,
answer
actually.
one of that. Name an object you used to eat as a kid. Because I know you didn't think about it. So.
I did. I know what I used to eat as a kid, and I'm not saying it out loud.
Why? What did you eat as a
Holy
kid?
shit.
Okay, no.
Actually, two things.
No, tell me.
I was thinking food, but you're thinking objects. I just heard the word objects.
È vero.
Oh no,
Object.
object. No, like I never ate an object. I mean,
But
odd
what did
things.
you eat that you cannot say?
Well, I can't say. So I can say. Let me just tell you, it's not really edible.
Okay.
So we'll just leave it at that. But I'm alive. I'm here.
Okay. Sand.
No.
Okay.
Air?
Air.
I don't know.
You
like,
name an object. Do you have one?
that I was eating when I was a kid. Damn, see, I'm not good.
Oh no, actually, it was
salt.
sand. It was sand.
Salt. I was going and eating salt like that.
Oh.
Salt.
Wow.
Oh, okay, salt.
My grandmother
Ouch.
used to call me la pecora because they eat salt. They love salt. Yeah, that was probably the odd things that I was
Okay.
doing. Yeah, little kilos and kilos of salt.
My mother used to. Sorry, ma. My mother used to make chicken hearts.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, yeah.
My father.
Really?
Oh, my father used to eat eel. Not me.
What's it, seal?
Eel.
Yeah.
Languille.
The languille.
I
My
don't
father.
like
My father.
anguilla.
Snails. My mother eats chicken feet. I never had.
Ah, yeah.
Pig
Yes,
skin.
pig in
Pig
ears and ears.
Ah,
Kotica, no? Isn't it?
No.
La cotica.
Kotica.
La cotica.
Kotica,
Yes,
my dad.
they have the ear.
Rubbery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
like-
don't know. I never
It's
tried
a
it.
hockey puck, really.
Actually, it's good to flavor flavor
The
nella
soup
zuppa
and
di
sauce.
fagioli
Yes,
con la
yes.
cotica, I famosi
It's
fagioli
like you're
con
making
la
a broth. Yeah. But it was it was really hearts, like the chicken hearts were tiny when you ate them.
Yeah.
Okay, before I
They
puke
would
in my
pop-
mouth like
but
your
they
friend
would
did.
pop when you ate them because it would,
Oh my
it would
God.
rupture. It's like it would rupture,
okay,
right?
yeah.
Anyway,
Did they look like a little heart?
it was little like this. It was like round.
So cute.
Okay, Lisa and Francesca, name 3 animals. Francesca's going to start. That start with the letter D. 3 animals that start with the letter D.
Can I say in Italian maybe?
Yeah, English, Italian. We do it all here.
I don't have
Okay,
no. Okay, I'm
anche
gonna say in
chinois.
English. I'll do a mix. Deer,
Yeah.
dove,
Nice.
Dove.
Huh?
yeah, ah.
Or
and
jackass.
don't say because I don't know the
No, you do.
You do.
You do.
donkey.
I do animal impersonations on voiceovers. That was pretty good, actually. I have to listen to that on playback.
Lisa, name 3 animals that start with a D.
Dog, dragonfly, and dragon.
Well, I
Yeah,
think,
but dragon
I think
is-
It's an animal.
Dragon. Well, a dragon.
It's an animal species.
Not really.
Yeah.
The dragon?
The dragon. Dragon is a reptile. Yeah. Dragonfly is an
Well, it's
insect.
not, the dragon is
It's
not
not
a
Wild
reptile.
Kingdom here. Duh.
I'm a bit lost, but it doesn't
Moving
matter.
on, moving on.
See?
Milva, name 3 bad habits that you might have.
Oh, only 3.
Only 3?
I bite my nails.
Yeah, along with half the world, right?
Yeah.
Everybody does.
Welcome in the club. Yeah.
I have a bad habit of not eating properly at dinner, and so I snack at night, and that's really bad. So I try not to. But and the third one, these are boring. I mean, what did you expect me to
Well, I was gonna do the risque X-rated ones. I'm like, will Milva like that? But we can do it because I can come up from the top of my head. I can come up with.
She has them ready. They're all
They're all in there. They're marinating.
And I wake up at the last second in the morning. I prepare myself at night, but
Oh.
the last second, I'm a last minute person in the morning.
Yeah, no, I do that. Like,
Ask me to do
purposely.
that one thing, and
Purposely.
it's like I don't have time. No, gotta go.
Yeah, but you did
Yeah.
enough to prepare everything the night before.
I try to prepare as much as possible, but
So that's-
it still takes 30 minutes to do this hair.
If your morning routine in the bathroom takes a little longer, you're screwed.
Yeah, yeah,
That's my
exactly,
issue.
exactly.
Like, oh shit.
Oh,
better
no.
All right, Lisa and Francesca.
Lisa.
Well, I asked you first because then
She
it gets
knows the
harder
question.
for her.
Okay,
to know
yes.
the question, right?
Love it. Yes,
Name
go for
3
it.
names with only 3 letters in them.
Mia,
Yeah.
Eva, Eva,
Yeah.
and
This is one that's very easy.
Tom.
Nice.
Oh, very good.
Very good. She's like, yeah. Even better.
Lee?
Lee,
That's 2 letters.
Bob. Lee is Lee.
No, E.
Oh, well, that's a last name, no?
No.
No, it's like,
No, there's
No, Lee is
Hi,
three.
Bunny. Yeah,
All
Lee.
right.
Lee, Bob, and Tia.
Tia.
no.
Yes,
Okay.
Can I say
Tim the Toolman
Yeah, no,
Taylor.
say.
Tim.
Can you say who?
What's
Bob, if you spell it backwards, it's B-O-B.
Bob, B-O-B. Bob. Bob.
Bring your own beer. Yeah.
That's B-Y-O-B.
Because we're now thinking about drinking in this
Milva,
podcast.
name 3 famous Michaels.
Michaels,
Yeah.
Michael Jackson, Michael Bublé, and
Blue Blay?
Bublé, Bublé.
Blah, blah.
Michael Jackson, Michael Bublé, and Michael Keaton.
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
That was fast.
That was
Francesca?
fast.
See, that's the improv.
Francesca, 3
Okay.
Michaels that are famous.
Michael Douglas,
Nice.
Michael J. Fox,
Nice.
one of my favorite and Michael Fassbender.
Fast
He's
then.
good looking. I acted with him in X-Men. Fassbender, yeah. He was the young Magneto.
Yeah, it's one
Oh,
of my
yeah.
favorite actor
He was a
ever.
young Magneto. Yeah, I was on set with
Michael
him.
Fassbender, it's amazing.
Yeah, he is good.
Yeah,
he is
he's
good.
really good.
I was in the scene when they were doing the when he was flipping the cars in old Montreal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So cool.
Yeah. He's like in real life. You see me, you're like, oh, that's Michael.
It's beautiful.
It is
It's
Michael.
Irish, German.
But Hugh Jackman, if you see him in real life, like just moving away from Michaels, you see Jack, you're like, wow.
We can hang out with the Michaels and with Michael.
Michaels and the Hughes.
Lisa,
Anyways,
name
I'm
3
nailing
Michaels.
it. Huh?
Name 3 Michaels that haven't been named that are famous.
I don't know any 3 Michaels because I'm not really a Michael.
Well, you're on the spot. You got to come up with 3.
I have there's a famous writer.
Michael Caine.
Nice.
Michael.
I'll help
Writer.
you.
Writer.
I'll
Very
help you.
famous.
Yeah, basketball.
No, well, I'm picking actors.
She got
Michael
another guy.
Caine. Huh?
Basketball.
Mike Jordan. Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And I was gonna see Jordan Rivers. I don't know why that came out. What?
You guys,
Michael
like,
Green?
it's not a real exam. You don't have to cheat.
Crichton.
Who?
Michael Crichton, the famous
Oh,
writer.
Mike, the novelist.
Yeah.
Christian.
Crichton.
Crichton.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Crichton. Whatever his name.
Crichton. Let me see. Michael.
Oh, he's
No.
telling me bye. So we're done.
Oh, we're done.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
no, we have to
That's
still
already finished?
we have to promote.
Yes, and now we're asking you to take the floor and promote
Thanks.
your Yellowbug Theater. Where we can find
yeah.
it, where we
Nice.
can
I was
find
gonna say
you.
Ladybug again, but yes,
Yellowbug.
where we can find you. All
Yeah.
that stuff.
So
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you so much for this. It was so much
Well,
fun.
thank you.
I was so stressed.
I should have made the questions more sexual. I kept it G-rated because Vanny gets excited. So
They say it's part of the deal.
And after it's complicated to kind of like.
yeah, you know, you have to tame him and try to.
And then we watch it at home as I'm editing and rewind.
That's a terrible image.
Close ups.
Is that supposed to do that? Okay, go ahead.
Well, thank you very much. You can check my website at yellowbug.ca. It's yellowbug.ca.
Yellowbug, yes.
I do have Instagram.
There you go. She's a reader too,
It's
yeah.
Yellowbug, Yellowbug Theater,
Okay.
and
Just Yellowbug Theater, all
Yep.
one word. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
and I think that's it anyway.
Facebook.
Always Yellowbug.
Okay.
So, and if not, if you really have trouble finding me, I work at Leonardo da Vinci Center, so you can
There
on
you
the third
go.
floor. Just you know.
I'll-
And look, I have classes every Saturday. The classes have finished for this session, starting January 14th. Every Saturday except for March break. Show up. That's all.
Oh,
That's
really?
all.
You can just show up and.
Yeah,
We're gonna all show
bring
up.
bring. I mean, no. I mean, bring your children because I'm not gonna teach you as an adult unless
Well,
we,
he's
we
a
plan
child.
it. Unless we plan it. If we plan it, then I'll have a class for adults.
Hey.
But bring your child, preferably at the beginning of the session and not the end, because we're going to be preparing for the showcase.
So how does that work? You bring it, like, if you're midway through the session, you just.
Well, like I said, I'd prefer at the beginning, the first couple of weeks, bring your child so they can have a chance to try it, and if they like it, then I introduce them. I include them into the showcase, and if not, then
Next year.
you can go.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's awesome. Yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
awesome.
Thank you.
So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Milva, for coming. It was great seeing you again. Oh my
Yeah,
God,
yeah.
we gotta get together and
Film again.
Film.
Film some more.
We'll write our own script.
Okay.
She's like, yeah, I don't think
know
so.
about that.
We'll get Susan to write it. Susan, you write it, we act. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, Nettoyage Diamant, thank you so much for sponsoring because everything is just so clean.
Thanks to
When-
you, Anthony.
That's right, Anthony. You and your brooms are magic.
Yes.
And yes.
But you are not a witch.
No, I'm not a witch.
You are not.
I'm a kind person.
Or a wizard. Maybe Anthony is a wizard.
Anthony, you could be a wizard. I don't know.
With your
Can you
brooms.
clean my house from yours? If that you could do that, bro, you're a wizard.
But he can do that and even more. So,
Really?
guys,
Anthony, I'm going to call you. So, basically, thank you so much for sponsoring. Guys, tune in to Sessions with Steph, which is our brother podcast, headed by Stefano Vanni. And he has an awesome guest coming on, more awesome than Vanni. So, guys, you're going to have to stay tuned.
I attest to that. You're right.
So, guys, stay tuned for that. Hopefully, everybody is going to be enjoying our podcast in the new year because we are not going anywhere. We're going to sit right here with Milva until you guys tune back in. No, I'm kidding. So, guys,
I'll stay. It's fun.
Yay! See, Milva's going to stay. We're going to have you back on, though, eh?
Okay.
But maybe we'll have like a skit session.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
like an
fine.
improv.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I would love to do that. So,
Logistical nightmare just for the editing crew, but
It's
don't
okay,
worry about it.
nothing that Uzo can fix. So, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Have a great evening. Have a great day. Tuning out and take care.
this is Francesca. That's Lisa. Milva.
Yes, I forgot to
Bye.
reintroduce us. Sorry.
Let's talk it out.
Let's talk it out. And no, a special thanks goes also to Emil Vidmar.
Yes.
for the
And his
place.
studio that is hosting us. Thank you so much, Emil. Thank you. Beso, beso.
Ciao, ciao.